Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 56, Rosie's Wild Ride. One early morning on the island of Sutter, Sir Topham Hatt came to the shed where some of the engines were sitting. "Today," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I'm going to refurbish the turntable by the shed here." "What does that mean?" asked Percy. "Well," said Sir Topham Hatt, "this turntable has been here for many years. It hasn't been cleaned and managed that well," said Sir Topham Hatt, "and so today I've decided to do all those in one." "Ooh," said Douglas, "that's a great idea, sir." "Indeed," said Sir Topham Hatt, "except I have a problem." "What's that?" asked Derek. "Well," said Sir Topham Hatt, "almost every train on the island of Sutter goes past the turntable." "That's a good point," said Arthur. "Yes," said Sir Topham Hatt, "and so, well, I can't basically close down the line here. And so I've decided to have a new plan." "What's that going to be?" asked Percy. "When Gorn's express train comes through this morning, that's when all the work will start. Rocky, Butch, the breakdown train, Harvey, and Jack and Alfie will also help." Okay, said Douglas and all the other engines. Sir Topham Hatt walked away. All the engines were excited except for Rosie. But it was very early in the morning, and Rosie slept through the entire thing. She didn't know what was going on. "Oh," said Rosie, as Sir Topham Hatt. Rosie just woke up when Sir Topham Hatt walked away. I better go to my work," said Rosie. "I don't want to make Sir Topham Hatt mad." She had realized she had missed something very important, but it didn't occur to her it was something very important indeed. Rosie decided she would go to the turntable to talk to the engines there. "Hi guys," said Rosie. There were James, Bill, and Ben, and Harry and Bert. "What are you guys doing?" asked Rosie. "Oh, nothing much," said James. "We're just talking," said Bill and Ben. "Oh," said Rosie, "that sounds exciting." "Well, anyway," said Rosie, "did you guys hear that Sir Topham Hatt's doing something to the turntable?" "What do you mean, doing something?" said Harry and Bert. "I didn't hear all of it, but I think he's doing something to it." "Oh," said James. "Well, yeah, every engine on the island knows." "Yeah," said Bill and Ben, "so don't go anywhere near there." "Okay," said Rosie, "I won't." Do you guys mind if I talk?" "Not at all," said Harry and Bert. "Okay, good," said Rosie, and she started to chatter on and on. Soon the engines became very bored, and they all left. Rosie didn't realize this, though. She had her eyes closed and was talking comfortably to herself. None of the engines wanted to hear the rest of the story, though, and they puffed away crossly. Rosie opened her eyes after finishing her story. "Hey, guys," said Rosie. "Where'd everybody go?" "Well, never mind. They probably left." "Oh, well." Rosie spun around on the turntable and decided to sit in the siding, but her driver wouldn't let her. Come on, Rosie," he said. "Time to have your brakes checked." Rosie was cross. "My brakes checked," said Rosie. "That's ridiculous. I don't want to have my brakes checked." "You'll have to," said the driver. "It's your annual checkup day." "Bother," said Rosie. "I don't want to do that, though." Rosie began to spin slowly around the turntable. She had an idea. Soon she was facing the right way. She jolted forward off the turntable and knocked her driver and fireman right off the footplate. "Hooray," said Rosie. "I'm free." She raced up Gordon's hill, but was soon very sad. "Oh," said Rosie, that wasn't a nice thing to do at all," said Rosie. I better go back and tell them I'm sorry." But Rosie couldn't stop. "Oh no," she said, "my brakes have failed." She raced down Gordon's hill at a fast speed, and she screamed through the station. "Ah!" Rosie raced through it. She went by Bertie so fast that Bertie started shaking violently. "Whoa," said Bertie. He was very surprised. Sir Topham Hatt stuck his head out the window. "Rosie," he said, "stop!" But Rosie didn't hear him. Rosie raced along the line. She was going faster and faster. "Ah," said Rosie, "I can't stop myself. Help!" Engines had to divert into signs to avoid being hit by Rosie. Rosie felt very sad, but she was going so fast she couldn't tell she was sorry. Up ahead was Peter Sam. He was pushing a freight car. "Watch out!" yelled Rosie. "Ah!" yelled Peter Sam. This was very bad. Peter Sam raced into a siding, but there was Sir Handel with another freight car. "Watch out!" called Peter Sam. "No," said Sir Handel, "you watch out!" And the two engines crashed together. Peter Sam went right onto the Sodor runway. "Ouch!" Ouch, said Peter Sam. That hurt indeed, said Sir Handel. Rosie, come back, they both yelled, but Rosie didn't. She was in a big hurry, and she couldn't stop. Thomas saw Rosie coming too. He raced backward so fast he crashed into the railroad crossing. Oh, said Thomas. That hurt. Rosie, what was that for? The person at the crossing saw this accident and he warned Rosie about it. Rosie rushed by unharmed. Oh, said Thomas, I will get her back. Rosie raced along the line. I need to stop, she said. She was coming into a panic. On the other side of the crossing was Mavis. Mavis raced back so fast that she fell off the track. Oh, Rosie, said Mavis, come back. But Rosie couldn't stop. Then there was trouble. At the shed, work had begun. Gordon's train had just came by. Sir Topham Hatt was very pleased. Soon they began working on the turntable. All right, he said, 2 hours to get this all done. Hopefully we can do it. But everyone was working very hard indeed. Soon they had taken down the turntable walls. Sir Topham Hatt was very impressed, and soon they had the entire turntable out. Soon they had put the turntable back in. They were putting up new walls. Sir Topham Hatt was very impressed indeed. Well done, he said to all of his engines. The turntable looked splendid, and Gordon's train was coming. But Douglas saw puffs of smoke. Someone's coming, sir, said Douglas. Who? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. I can't tell, said Douglas, but it's an engine for sure. And indeed it was. And it was Rosie. Rosie raced along the line. She couldn't stop. Watch out, she called as she came toward the shed. Everybody cleared the line ahead. They knew this was going to be trouble. Sir Topham Hatt ran away to avoid being hit. Then there was a big crash. Rosie raced down the hill. She couldn't stop. And the turntable had been turned so Percy could get out, and Rosie smacked into it and went over the turntable wall. Ouch, said Rosie, that hurt. Oh, I'm a silly engine indeed. You are, said Sir Topham Hatt, and you've wrecked the new turntable too. Rosie, said Sir Topham Hatt, it took these engines all day to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, said Rosie. I would think so too, said Sir Topham Hatt. You are going to spend a very long time in your shed. And Rosie knew she had done a very silly thing indeed.